Reeling from the events in the sanctum beneath Darrigan Coven, the party takes stock of their situation. Lorelei explains that Lady Fawe has taken to bed after feeling quite ill, as Varn meets the enigmatic Sister Calla, who thinks Varn is Plosp, the nephew of a local fisherman named Etzang the Grey. Varn puts Lady Calla to bed, who remarks that she has felt a change in the house that night. Meanwhile, Octavian carries Terracin upstairs, placing her on the bed, and takes a defensive position on the floor, watching the door. After taking a well-deserved and torment-free rest, Ren wakes and explains what happened to Adney, as Octavian tries to rouse Terracin with no success. Meanwhile, Bea and Monmo exchange recipes, as Bea is dismayed to hear that she may not have invented egg salad, and Monmo proudly presents a banana bread modified with potting soil. Octavian descends the stairs, overhears a tense exchange between Nigel Fairservice and Layla. The party joins Alis and the Dowager for breakfast and examine a new issue of the Hannon Resistance newspaper, the Capfeather Chronicle, which appears to contain a coded message, which Adney works on with Alis. Lucan arrives, seemingly having triggered a trap in the Hag's lair, which has altered his appearance, causing Ren to remark, "You fucking green, bro!" as Lucan consoles himself with brandy. Layla excuses herself, visibly upset, as Versailles notes she appears noticeably older. Getting to business, Versailles, Lucan, Octavian, and Ren meet with Fawe, who is reviewing the papers and manifest from the storeroom. They break the news that her adoptive mother is dead, was truly the force of evil plaguing the manor, broke her soul in two as part of a botched arcane experiment, and that the spirit still lives beneath the manor. They also confide in her that the daughter of the last emperor of Vanador is in their guest room. As Fawe weeps, wrestling with the news, Octavian reassures her that she has the power to choose to use the manor for good, and to achieve the dreams Darrigan falsely promised manifest. Ren takes the opportunity to meet with Lord Killian, who reveals Layla convinced him to handle the lion's share of the fees impounding their ship in Eris Serene, with only about 500 gold remaining. Killian refers Ren to the Eris Serene harbor master, a gnome by the name of Zilba Zickelmickle. He also reveals that some of the crew has been involved in trouble with the local magistrate, which might also require the right pressure to alleviate. Finally, Sister Calla brings Octavian to Terracin, using ancient magics to connect him to her dream. She is pleased to see him, but does not believe he's real. Octavian implores her to believe in him, to which she agrees, taking his hand. Octavian leads her back to consciousness, and though she is groggy and weak, she reveals that her notes and maps might give valuable details regarding the curse which befell Tychon. Lucan implores Octavian to allow him to question her, to which Lady Calla begs she be left to rest. The decision is made to trust Terracin to Fawe and Calla, who agree to not only hallow the ground, but give the party access to their hidden teleportation circle in the Rose Garden. And that's where we begin.
You had far too much fun saying that name.
Zilbar Zickelmickle?
Yeah, I'm gonna need you to tone that down a little bit.
Aw.
I think you should do the opposite and give more emphasis.
I was gonna say, what do you mean, aw? You need to go and up that. Come on.
I meant to make a clip of this, but in the YouTube video, there's a little timestamp that says the 2 greatest minutes of Halcyon ever, and it's Ren explaining. It's Ren talking to Lord Killian about Layla's persuasiveness, followed directly by Zilbar Zickelmickle, like within a minute and a half of each other.
Nice.
So wait, in that I don't recall us mention. Did you say that Versailles looks older now? Is that why her coat?
No, the mother.
Layla looks older.
Layla. Okay,
Somebody.
Sorry, I misunderstood.
I caught that too, but I was like, oh, we're talking about Layla.
Thanks, like.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Yeah, I was getting a drink. I was only like half paying attention.
I've actually got a new sub notification set up that I want to use. I just have not installed it yet.
Octavian, sorry.
Yes.
I will leave a note for the good lady. Let her know that I have the notes, and then we'll send words through the teleporter in the field. If there's nothing else you need from me, I am gonna go get that teleportation sigil.
Very well.
He will give a slight bow and be on his way. And then jump slightly when he realizes Versailles is behind him. Wait! Oh, okay. Because he didn't know she was in there. He thought he was in the other room.
It's like that gif from The Office where Dwight turns around and sees somebody. He's like,
Yeah, I love that.
You look like you've seen a ghost.
Yes. Mostly just you coming out of a different doorway.
Wasn't aware I was dead yet.
I wasn't either. I'll have to make sure I keep you from doing that next time.
But being dead or coming out of a different room?
Being dead.
Yeah, never mind. I'm not even going to continue this conversation. You're not making any sense.
That's
vegan
okay.
off the rails immediately.
He's just gonna make sure she doesn't die.
How sweet.
But isn't aware that she isn't dead at the moment. Come back later, so I thought you were dead. What?
Not dead yet.
I think I could go for a walk. Alright, so... I mean, I don't really have anything that I want to do other than get on the road, so if anybody else has something to do, feel free.
Nope.
I'm ready to
I'm
head to
good.
the boats.
I am not confiscating items.
No, you're borrowing them.
I'm not doing that either. Mainly because they're already packed away, but either way, I'm not doing it.
You're right.
Get it,
In order for
but
him
I'm
to
not doing
borrow
it.
it, he has to give it back at some point.
Maybe.
I mean, I'm not doing it though, because it's already been done. So, need to get our asses moving before they notice.
See, here's the thing about that. How come they noticed something they didn't know was there?
That's an excellent question. But I'm not just speaking about those crystals. There may
A
be
few
a
other
few
things.
missing bathrobes and towels and blankets and pieces of cutlery and
The little chocolate pieces they put on your pillow.
we got a barrel of those. I'm talking about like little things like fucking I don't know, maybe one of the tables is missing.
Chairs, some cushions from the chairs.
Yeah, and it's not like
Way
it's
more
not like
ingredients
it's the
than
whole
necessary.
set. It's just one. Like the rest of the chair is there, but not the cushion. That's gone for some reason.
Way more food than is necessary is also missing.
Well, I only have so many preserving chests at this point, so I've only got 2. So yeah.
All right.
Octavian.
And he's dead.
Given the silence, Ellis, did we ever come to a conclusion about those barrels?
Oh, yeah, so, I didn't get a chance to, read the whole thing. But
I mean, basically,
as long as,
yeah.
as long as you're following the rules, it sounds good.
I mean, basically the only difference between what I'm proposing and what is already in the game is material. I mean, it's a barrel rather than a bag.
Yeah, that works for me.
Okay, cool. Then we're good.
I didn't know. I didn't know if there was a limit on how many you could make in a day or something.
You have a
Well, I
barrel
would
of holding?
assume that he's going and he's probably got one that he's got, prepped, but he's got materials for more of them later on down the road.
Yeah.
He just needs time to go and actually produce them. So he hasn't gotten any made as of yet, but it's something that he'll be working on down the road. I just need to go and get the okay for it to actually be a thing.
Yep, I like it.
Okay, cool. All right. So I have 3 barrels in the back, 3 new barrels, and other knickknacks that may or may not.
You have some
be
patty
stuff.
wax.
Should we give
Yes.
a dog a bone?
Yes. However, the bone you're gonna have to get from Lucan.
I got a few.
All right.
Where's the old man rolling home?
Well, we
I
have
think he's
him-
still locked in the closet or in his bedroom.
He's still rolling home.
I feel like we
have
should
him
talk to
tied
him though.
the
In all
axle.
fairness,
We have him tied to the axle. He'll be fine. I think.
that guy or the prophet. I feel like we should talk to him, but at the same time, I don't really understand what he's saying, and I can't really see Lucan actively wanting to go talk to that man again. So, ooh, squeaky voice. So, if I got the sigil, I will go ahead and write that note and leave it on her dresser. I had to go with 3 different options there. It's like, I can leave it on her face. No, Octavian wouldn't like that. Could leave her next to her pillar. It could get lost in the laundry.
Pillar.
I can't words today.
That's all right. Give me an hour, and I won't be able to words either.
I can always write it in blood and leave it on her mirror.
Let's not do that.
And that'll be misspelled.
Romantic.
Wait, I thought I was romancing someone else. Why am I romancing the princess? Queen, whatever she is.
Well, I mean, it's that pretty red color.
Fair enough.
And I mean, it is blood. You could be like, signing your life away to her and all. It's
True.
Did you sign your letter? Because that
Yes,
kinda
with a
makes me-
heart in the graphic design of an actual human heart.
Oh, I thought you just left the heart there.
So I sealed it with a heart.
To
That's
each
an
their own.
actual heart.
To each their
Letters
own, I
stuck
guess.
in one of the valves.
It's held there by a dart, like by a martial dart, just stuck there.
With just an iron stake just jammed in through it.
Anyways, we should pack up our things and go.
Yeah, like, what the fuck is happening?
I don't know.
What normally happens when me and Varn get into a conversation? Absolutely nothing productive and lots of random funny things.
Chaos.
How much
Pretty
did you
much.
2 have to drink? I know
I-
Vines, but I meant you.
I have had some zero Powerade. That's about all I got.
I'm drinking for him. Don't worry about it. We got
Yep.
you covered.
Ellis, I don't know if you want me to actually write up a letter to leave for her, but I can if you want it.
To leave for Fawe?
No, for
Terrace.
Trixie.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave her a note that says I'm going to research this book and leave you any notes I find. And if I can't, I will send it through a portal.
Okay, so
the-
are you taking her satchel?
He has a satchel? I thought it was in the Hag's book.
So no, inside the coffin you found her dagger, as well as a satchel that had all of her notes and maps in it.
Oh! I think me and Octavian did not understand that.
I apologize.
Yeah, no, I thought it might have been, like, the hag might have copied it into her book.
No, he would
Oh.
not take it from her satchel. He would assume that she's got it.
Yeah.
And continue to research the Hags in case there is any information there.
Oh, I had thought Octavian had taken the satchel and tucked it into his pack.
I think just to carry the stuff, but I would have unpacked her stuff and left it in there.
Certainly. Does anybody investigate, or you just leave it by her on the desk here?
I think when Lusan would come in to pack things up, he would actively go into the satchel, because if she might have the information about the plague, he does want to find out about it.
Sure. Octavian, would you? Well, I guess Lusan, are you going into the room to put the satchel on the desk, and then as you're doing that, you're gonna dig around in it?
The satchel would already be in that room. I'm gonna guess he left it there.
Okay.
But he has to go in there to get his stuff, which he left in the room
Sure.
because he was sleeping in there.
Yeah, I need to get my stuff too, so.
Which they would probably do at different times, since he's outside the door and Lusan's getting the sigil.
Yes. So you see the sigil. Yeah, there you are. You found it. Yes, it is hidden in the fountain. Indeed.
So, once he goes up and starts packing his stuff, Lusan would go and dig in the satchel, see if he can find any information when Octavian's not around.
Okay. I almost want you to like stealth past Octavian, but.
I mean, I could just turn invisible.
Octavian, so you would get your items, and then would you head downstairs and wait?
Yeah.
Or? Okay.
Yeah, move myself.
Sure.
I'll stealth for you, man. I got a 4. I'll stealth in the room to not wake up Trixie.
Yes.
I didn't do it very well. I slammed open the door and currently throwing shit around.
No, that's fine.
Taps you on the shoulder and says, "Hey, I'm sneaking past you right now."
Would you like to roll an investigation check?
Absolutely.
Okay. As you're digging around, you would see a lot of shit.
Shit roll, then a good roll. The best roll.
There's so much like campaign 3 shit that I have like, and that you guys are getting so early now.
Well, I mean, we weren't supposed to kill her, so.
Yeah. All right. Well, oh my god. Double crit. Yeah. Wow.
I'm not getting any more crits tonight.
Jeez.
I'm not
Okay.
getting any for the next week at this rate. Are you kidding?
It's so funny because I've got like 7 sentences, and I'm like, okay, like 1 to 5, 5 to 10. Okay. Okay, so digging.
He's a speed reader.
Yeah, I will chat you this, but digging through it, you would indeed find various maps of Halcyon, specifically identifying towers, including Ale Sarin and Magraste, as well as 2 others. One is in the mountains north of Gion, and there's one far to the northeast. There's also alchemy notes about different poisons and their cures, as well as medical notes about victims of the Tychon plague. There's also notes referring to powerful magic about bending reality. And finally, there is an analysis of her own blood.
Interesting.
She was studying her own blood for some reason.
Yeah, he would definitely. He would probably pull out his book and then write down quick shorthand versions of the information.
Yes.
Something he would be able to understand and get a reference to on the information he thought of. But leave the satchel and everything there.
He summons 6 familiars and has them each go and write down different words.
It could.
Why do you have so many freaking fiends flying around? Well, I
Block
need
of
a note.
familiars. I mean, that's the next idea, is that he's going to get I'm going to get homunculus, so it's going to take notes for him.
Hoodie, not jot it down.
I really want these to be like skeleton bats flapping around, taking your notes for you.
He probably would. See, but the thing about homunculus is that they have opposable thumbs. And
That's cheating.
hands that are different that are separate from their wings.
That's cheating. Alright, little gargoyles.
Yes, that's basically it. Or actually, the homunculus could be anything I choose, but we'll get to that later.
Alright, so Varn's wagon is already gone and packed up and ready to go. Yeah.
So I will not be taking the satchel bag because he has his own. He's not gonna loot her stuff. I thought that that's why I was gonna leave the note, is to let her know that I have the research notes, what we thought was it. But he will. I guess he will leave a note on. Actually, no, that is a good idea. He's gonna write up a quick note and leave it on her satchel bag, saying that who he is and that he is a survivor of Tychon and also looking to cure the plague and take it back. And he's also green now.
Excellent.
Like she would know what other color you were.
This has been his day.
It's all.
This
It's
is-
all on.
this
It's
is-
the thing on his mind.
This is him going and thinking he's writing in his journal, and he's like motherfucker. Now I'm fucking green.
Basically.
What luck?
It's like, I don't know what else she'd be. Well, that's not the forethought in his mind. His current forethought is, why am I still fucking green?
Don't make me say the bad joke again.
No.
Oh no,
Now
he
we
turned
all
into an
need
orc.
to hear this.
Don't tell him that he turned into an orc. I think he might self-destruct.
Orcs are gray. Don't worry about it.
It's true.
It is.
Anyway,
Sorry, he turned into Shrek.
now that's different.
Shrek is gray too, though.
But he's an ogre.
What are you doing in me swamp?
You're all fucking gray. What are you talking about?
We're part of the Grey Wardens.
The Grey
Those
Wardens.
guys are pink, though.
Nice.
They are so not. Nothing. Inside joke, Bard.
Anywho,
Oh, wasn't there was a character named Layla in Dragon Age, wasn't there?
Shrek or not
What was
Yes.
What was the girl's name?
Starhorn. Oh wait, that Layla. Never mind. No, that's a song by
Eric Clapton.
Eric Clapton.
yeah. That one.
Matthew Erickson?
Eric didn't clap very often.
Oh, I'm thinking of Liliana. My bad.
What I do want to ask, since we've had some time, would I be able to leave Fawe the spell?
Sure.
Then he would stick his head and say, "Hey, I don't know if you're still depressed, but I got the spell."
Bro.
So you would find her in her office. Would you enter the office?
Yes, he would stick his head in. "Hello, I'm here again."
As you enter, trying to find this token, but I'm not finding it. 1 second. There it is. As you enter the office, you would see her meeting with the Duchess Dustbluff, and it looks as though they're looking over some papers, and you would see the Duchess actually signing a paper, and Fawe would say, Lucien, forgive us, we're just buttoning up a bit of business.
No worries, we're just about to leave. I got that spell written up that I said. I didn't bother making the other one because it turns out you actually have a teleportation circle here already.
Oh. Yes, I trust that you've recorded the sigil sequence.
I did indeed.
So I hope that you know that you and your friends will be welcome here anytime.
He'll give a bow to that. And of course, you can take this if you cast it in a single place for a year. You'll have another extension to your house. Anyway.
She looks it over and she gives you a nod. She says, "Thank you, Lucien. You've been very generous.
I hope you do well in the future."
My only regret is that you couldn't stay longer and become a professor of the arcane, but perhaps when you deal with whatever you have to deal with, you will return one day.
Maybe. We'll see. I can't imagine I'd be too great as a professor if you couldn't tell from my behavior.
Ben Stein my classes. I'm sorry.
Like as she's sitting, like, it's like if she doesn't remember, like, the absolute callous, non-caring attitude he had towards her when she was having her moment of weakness.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like, maybe he's not a great professor. Of just not giving a shit.
If he starts his classes off with Bueller, he's a great professor.
As you are turning to leave, I assume, Lucian?
Yes, he would give another bow and then turn on his heel and start leaving.
The Duchess would begin following you and say, "Oh, when does our ship leave? I'm eager to depart."
I don't know if you're going the same way, but you are free to ask the Praetor.
It leaves tomorrow.
Well,
It actually does leave tomorrow.
I've arranged passage with Lord Killian. I must return to Rosebrace to see to my mines.
Gotcha. I will go and inform the Praetor that we're having a +1.
Oh, is he outside? I'll tell him myself. Oh, good, Master Lucian. Hello, we almost ready to leave.
Well, I mean, literally nobody knows because Ren has not told anybody.
That's
Oh.
also true.
Because I've been trying to, but
Okay. Well, before she bursts out, are you guys having a conversation on the front deck?
I mean, I was gonna try and have something with Safeguard before everybody shows up.
Oh, that's fine. Yeah, we'll give you space.
We'll just go pack stuff in Varn's wagon.
Oh my God.
We forget her shit on the stairs. He's walking, by the way. There's not enough room in the back. Or we can stuff her in a barrel.
Or
Let's stuff her in the preserving bin. She'd fit, I think.
Ah, Renfaro. I don't think you've told me your last name. I did not say Renfaro.
Safeguard. I haven't found anybody yet. It's been worked out with the Lord Killian that we will leave before sunset. I'm assuming you were coming with us and bringing that, whatever that is, you're on.
Ah, yes. She doesn't go anywhere I don't.
Does she have a name?
I haven't named her, but, across all of Hannon, the Vigilants call her the Winged Terror.
Does she have? Wait, does she have wing? We asked that, but I asked that with like a few sessions ago.
Yeah, she does. She has, like, you know how, like, the Winged Hussars have, like, wings on their back, right?
Yeah.
I have those, but instead on my horse.
Okay. Fitting. Hopefully, a lot more of them will be introduced to her soon.
Haha. Yeah. And, they will, kind of unclip something from the side, and stick up their lance up, like, straight up in their hand, and say, I can't wait to stick more heretics on the end of this.
I would much rather, they, be taken peacefully and shown the error of their ways in a less lethal manner, but if that's what it comes to.
Oh, I mean, of course, but, I fight for the Queen, of course. And if that's what, the Queen wills, that is what I shall do.
While I'm here, I fight for the Queen as well.
Yeah, you do.
Perhaps we can discuss tactics when we get closer to the destination.
Huh, definitely. If it, wasn't apparent, by the way, as they, like, kind of clip their lance back onto the horses, that's just my preferred means of weaponry. The axe is, well, I like the axe. It's very easy to use, but frankly, I find it to be the weapon of a simpleton.
Yeah, I can see that. And Ron will kind of like pull out his short sword and like spin it around. For a more civilized weapon, for a more civilized time.
Very, very fine. Very precise.
And that's if I need to. And he just kind of cracks his knuckles.
Yeah, frankly, I mean, I'm made of steel and I wouldn't want you to punch me.
Perhaps an exhibition someday.
Maybe.
But I am glad that I called. You're the first one that I found to tell of our departure time. But I did want to ask that I might want your help when we get to the docks.
Well, help is kind of in the career field. What would you need help with?
Well, you're about as intimidating of motherfucker as I can imagine.
Thank you.
And I might need that to prevent an altercation. Have I told you much about what happened? I mean, I did, about the tiefling I killed.
Yes.
And I'm gonna need to have a word with hopefully the new captain of their ship. And if I run into some of my old crew, they may not be happy to see me, given that I blew up their old boat and just killed their captain. So a little muscle on the side might prevent an altercation.
Well, I can't promise you muscle, but I do have arms of metal.
I think that'll suffice.
Well, I have your back.
I appreciate it.
Hopefully it doesn't come to violence, mostly because it'd be in the city, and you know what? Dealing with that and, you know, it might be hypocritical of me to say, but frankly, dealing with guards, I can imagine, as not being in, some form of the military, is the worst.
Believe me, I have had many run-ins with guards and the Navy. It's a royal pain in the ass. I mean, the last time I got locked up, Boom and what's the other one's name?
Blast.
Is it Blast?
I think so.
I thought they were your characters.
Yeah, Blast. I don't know if it was Blast.
It's not Boom and his little brother Kaboom?
No.
Or sorry, no. Boom and his little brother Boom Boom.
It's just Boom and Beum, like BEWM. I think.
Yeah.
Boom and Blast did just that and made a new exit for me.
Ha! Ironic.
Alright, I'll go find the rest and make sure they're aware of our departure and tell them to get their shit and get out.
And so we are leaving soon and not at the end of the day, correct?
I mean, I guess this is Alice. I don't know what time it is. I don't know how far we are from the docks. I don't know.
Killian would have explained that the ship leaves in the late afternoon, and there will be a carriage that takes people that way. But then you already have Tufa, so you may not need access to it. So you're to meet at the river about 3 o'clock.
And what time is it now?
Noon.
Okay.
And how far away is the river?
2 hours.
Okay. So we'll have to leave in an hour to make it to the river to catch the boats.
Got it. Well, I'll see you in an hour.
We're gonna kind of give him a little salute.
Well, that's you leave. If you leave in an hour, you leave yourselves 0 minutes of cushion.
Whatever.
Yeah. It's like when you're going to the
no,
airport.
we got there at 3:01. The DM's gonna cuck us.
Wow.
You
Maybe-
it.
He could have it just so that we missed the boat. We're gonna wait until next time.
Ren will jump on the water and run after the boat and catch it and tell them to turn around.
And Lord Killing will say, "Oh, hurry up! That's $100 gold late fee."
Or you can come back tomorrow.
Well,
Plus, you gotta check the bags. It's horrible.
you gotta take off your shoes.
Always gotta take off the shoes. Ugh. Anyways,
Oh, what is this? This is one of Lusan's men, right?
there's actually all of the men. They're just stacked on top of each other.
Are they actually right there?
They're all in bundles.
Before Ren leaves, I'm gonna point this out and I'm gonna say, what the fuck are those things?
You have seen them.
Doesn't mean they know what they are.
Yeah, and I mean, they haven't asked a question about it yet.
True enough.
I don't know. Lusan's been talking about his men recently, and that's supposedly them. I don't know. That was a conversation I was going to have with Octavian, because I don't know where they came from or what they're doing here.
Lusan, the Dragonborn, the wizard?
Yeah, the weird one.
Oh,
He says, and not identifying which one.
The green weird one. Yes.
for roleplay purposes, I'm going to define sense.
Oh, okay. Well, then we're gonna have a fight, aren't we?
Hooray! It happened.
Safeguard.
Yes.
You're getting a ping of undead.
Oh,
What?
Yeah. Remember that whole thing about us starting to fight?
well, like, I mean, out of character, I do that.
Of course.
But
Red.
quite. Oh, sorry.
Yeah?
You know those his men. His? Yes. His men are, dead.
What?
Yeah.
I would like to hand out 8 sandwiches. Well, I guess we don't need 8, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
You gotta feed the
6.
horse.
Okay, 7. 7 egg salad sandwiches, and I'll hand them out to everybody, and I'll say, "Here you go, y'all. I made these, y'all, just for you, and I hope you enjoy." And everyone has received a cooked treat.
Oh, nice.
Which will give you 4 temporary hit points when
There
you
you
eat
go.
it.
Ren will take a bite and be like, what is in this?
It actually tastes edible.
Well, you see, I discovered that eggs and mayonnaise are basically the same thing.
What the fuck
Ew.
is mayonnaise?
Oh, I got a lot to tell you, buddy. Hey, you Lusan, where's that jar of yours?
He points at B while still catching his breath. You had it. What'd you do with it?
Oh, I think I left it in my bed.
Please don't.
Leave it in my bed?
Yes, please don't leave it in your bed. Please go get it.
Ren will kind of like gently straighten Lusan up. No, just arch your back. You got to stretch out the diaphragm. All right, it'll be all right.
I'm gonna go run and get the jar from my bed. And I'll be gone for now. I'll run upstairs and get the jar.
Just come back real quick.
Okay.
Do any of you know what the fuck mayonnaise is?
It's a magical thing that comes in the jar. I don't really know what it comes from.
So,
Eggs.
Eggs?
Yes,
Yes.
eggs and oil. A lot of oil. You can put the seasoning in it as well.
I didn't know that much about it. I don't eat food.
Yeah,
Alright,
it's not the sort of thing we get on a boat in long stretches.
No, it does not keep very well.
You do it with the magical jar I can produce. Pause.
Looks how much. It's like
2
8
gallons of mayonnaise! Holy
That is a lot. Yeah, that's a lot of fucking mayo. I don't think I go through that much mayo in like more than a year.
I mean, I hate mayo horribly, so no.
I don't
Yeah,
I don't
that's
like
fair.
it either. But I didn't think you could produce 2 gallons of fucking mayo.
Out of sheer politeness, Ren will finish the sandwich.
all right, y'all. I made it back. Here's your jar. All right, now, if y'all still have your sandwiches, I'd like to offer you a tasty treat topping. We got a large selection. I got mayonnaise. I got these peppers. I put them in there. I'm calling it spicy mayonnaise. I'm gonna make one with no egg, and I'm gonna call it lean mayonnaise.
Okay, so I'm just gonna cut you in for just like a quick second. when I did Tomb of Annihilation, we found a jar that at the very start of the game, we went the entire game claiming that for every meal we had mayonnaise and fish.
Yeah, fish sticks.
That was all we had.
Oh, God, how did your character survive?
I don't know.
There's like no nutritional value in mayonnaise at all.
Nope. And we're just like, we have this magical mayonnaise, and we can get 2 gallons of it a day. And we would like aggressively offer it to everybody that we ever ran across, and they'd just be like, "No, what? No, what?"
Anywho,
Sorry,
appreciate
I
the
apologize.
snacks.
Yeah.
Appreciate the peace offering, B, but we have some very important things to discuss. Now,
All right. Well,
I know I gave you the go-ahead, Lucan, so some blame can be put at my feet for allowing these things to be created. And
You-
perhaps I should have checked,
You
but have given
did
me
not
no.
specify which one it was. I needed to do what I had to do to survive in Tygon. There
I
was
cannot blame
nothing.
you for that.
There was no one. There was bodies, and there was a book. And I'm not saying that like to be like saying things like that. I think it's just he's still kind of out of breath from being punched in the gut.
Mm-hmm. You're Squeaky Wisher. You're not used to getting punched in the face.
Punched in the gut. He said. Did you say diaphragm?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So he's just like, okay. It's I understand that yes, I did not tell you the full truth. What I can tell you is that they are 100% under my control and not someone that I went out and started raising loved ones of people who were still alive. They were my loved ones who died.
I feel like that's almost worse, but I honestly, I'm not sure.
Maybe, but when you have no one else and nothing else, you make do with what you have. And all I had was a book. And orcs. Orcs? Orcs.
I'm familiar with the sort of conditions orcs can put people under. So, at least for me, I cannot
don't
fault you
want-
for your decisions.
Do you not want any more undead?
For me, I'm a pragmatic sort. If you say they are under your control, and so far I have seen no evidence to the contrary.
Ren?
I can understand when you have had no option.
No.
I
Let me
can understand.
specify. Do you want no more undead? And he will whistle, and the undead will come back with swords raised and pointed at each other. Do you want them gone?
I just feel that's not the sort of thing you do. And
You're right, but I need you more than I need them right now.
I vote
And
no.
her. And he will glance at Versailles.
I vote no.
Safeguard? Yeah, that's your name, right?
Oh, sorry, fuck.
Yeah.
I was reading something.
You're good, you're
Character,
good.
Who dis?
Yeah, new character, who dis? I think the fact that you've noted that these are your loved ones is quite admirable that you would offer this. And frankly, I respect you as a person and as my comrade in arms.
He will give a nod. I will
If
not
you would
summon any further undead, then.
Yes, and if you would do this, you have my respect, and
Wait,
can
what
put this-
are you asking to do?
like, not summon more, but like, get rid of them, buddy.
Ah, okay, so you want them gone.
Yeah, I want them
That-
gone.
That was the question.
Yeah. So yeah, the simple answer is yes.
Okay.
And
So
and the nice and sweet thing is like, yo, I love you, buddy.
B
Oh,
does
sorry.
not know what's. No, you're good. And he would look at B and be like, "You have no idea what's going on."
No.
Then, if we're going diplomatically here, Safeguard, I will not summon any more, but I will keep these two. As the others have spoken and said, they see the ends justifying the means at this moment.
And
You're not-
frankly, that's agreeable.
I mean, not Ren.
Sorry, what, Cobra?
Said not Ren.
Ren said no to get rid of them?
Ren said to get rid of them.
Oh, I'm sorry. I misunderstood it. I heard Octavian. I thought you said keep them.
No.
Yeah.
I'm going to say, I am slowly trusting you, Lucan, but that I can't risk trusting.
Then, when we have to assault Tychon, you'll have to leave me onto one side because I guarantee the 5 of us won't be enough. And with that, he will snap his fingers and both the skeletons will stab each other.
Wow.
If luck is on our side, we won't be assaulting it ourselves.
Let's hope not. And he's going to walking by them and start collecting them into his bag. I'm not going to leave them here, though.
No, they're your family. That's the respectful thing to do.
I will bury them in the Tychon that I take back.
Aww.
And I just killed myself by accident.
Lucan trips, dies.
We will bury him in the Tychon we take back. So as that's happening, Ren is kind of like grab Octavian by like around like the armor around his
Shoulders.
like yeah like the collar area, like the clavicle. The ends justify the means. Where is the line, Octavian? There has to be one.
How many people have you killed in order to get free, Ren? I'm sorry, were you saying that loud enough?
He kind of just to Octavian. And Safeguard
Okay, then never
skills.
mind. No, excuse me. Then I take it back.
If it means a better future for my people, I can at least consider many options. Don't agree with what he does, what he did. And he did deceive me. But he is one of my people. And he is a survivor. Cannot fault him for that. He will use them. Make a better future for the rest of his kin. My kin. I suppose I can let it slide. don't
Then
feel
can you fault?
good about doing it.
Then can you fault anyone else for their tactics if it means better future for their people? Can you fault Nire for what she's done if it's better for her and her elves?
No, I suppose you're right. I am being very selfish on this.
Well, that is your prerogative. But just because you're loud and self-righteous doesn't mean everyone will follow you.
Well, believe me, you've made that abundantly clear.
We have a mutual mission to restore Hannon. But after that, we may be done.
You are a stranger in a strange land, after all. I wouldn't fault you for it.
I was hired to do a fairly simple job. I'm quite a bit over my head already.
Isn't that how D&D is?
Yeah.
I was hired to get out some goblin camps. Now I'm fucking fighting gods. What happened?
Yeah.
Mission 1, save the cat. Mission, the final mission, kill God.
I am right next to you guys, so I mean, I assume I hear you guys.
Yeah.
And Safeguard will pop up and say, Ren may be a stranger in a strange land, but I hope a stranger he doesn't remain. It's an FGR reference, by the way.
I know, no, it immediately started playing in my head. Trying to think of something. You want the truth, Ren? I honestly don't know what the hell I'm doing. I'm really just making it up as I go along. I'm a bit out of my element as well.
Oh yeah, we noticed. But you're not alone. We all are.
A quick question. Did Ren ever say out loud when we were leaving?
No, not yet. No.
Okay.
So far, only to Safeguard.
Oh, by the way, we gotta get
What?
going, like, now.
Well, actually, actually, Lucien would have something for that because he did hear from the Duchess that something about leave it on a boat and be like, by the way, are we leaving or something?
Yeah, get your shit. We got about half hour to leave and to make it to the docks.
At this, Lord Killian actually steps forward. He pulls out his pocket watch out of his waistcoat and says, "You spent so long bickering, you've missed the ship."
Fuck.
No.
Hold on, I didn't hear that. My connection crapped out for a second.
He made a joke.
I was just joking that you missed your ship because you fought so long.
6 seconds of combat isn't very long.
Yeah, I know.
I still don't understand how that happens.
It's because all the turns are happening, like, somewhat simultaneously.
I know, but it's like so weird that it's like, how could I possibly make an action of stopping something while also moving to somewhere in order to react to someone else who did something slightly before me? Like that's split-second thinking.
Suspension of disbelief.
Fair enough.
You just gotta let it go because it'll never make sense.
Absolutely. I was D&D.
It's game. Why? Let's put this mess behind us and do the only thing we can and just move forward.
That's one foot in front of the other.
That's how I lived for 10 years. Now I have somewhere to be moving towards. Let's make sure the wagon is ready to go.
And don't mistake me, Octavian. I do truly wish you and your people the best. Just be a little more down. Be a little more down to earth.
I'm trying. The task is daunting. It is something that is slowly becoming real.
If willpower and stubbornness will get you anywhere, you'll go far.
Just like an old lieutenant of mine.
Was his name Osric Fierceheart?
Justin, the next name out of your mouth goes in World Anvil.
No, I'm not naming him. I'm not doing.
I was like, I was in Notepad. I'm like, oh, please say the name of the lieutenant.
Anyways, we have a timetable. Let's put some things in the cart and get ready to go. Make sure everyone's going to keel over.
Killian has a carriage for us to take this rest. I can walk. I haven't gotten nearly enough exercise while we're staying in this place.
Really? Jumping across a canyon wasn't enough exercise? Damn, you are a workaholic.
Dude,
He
I
does
know.
that One Punch Man workout.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you gotta cover a lot of ground when your base movement speed is 50 to get a workout.
Yeah, no shit.
Yes, so let me get my actual notes out.
Yay!
Yay! Where is it?
What was your character's name?
What was that? That was horrible.
What?
Elaine, you there?
Hang on.
Elaine, I need you for 2 seconds. She is. Oh, come on. All right. So Lady Dustbluff says, "Yes, my mines." Okay, so she's coming. Lord Killian bids you farewell. Says, "Oh, rider, don't spare the whip." And Lady Fawe would say, "Despite this unpleasantness, you're always welcome here. And please, you have my thanks. It will take many years to heal the wounds left by my mother, but I know that in time we can learn to move on. Much as I hope the wounds between you all can be healed."
Yeah, give it a long rest. That heals all wounds.
Yeah.
He'll need it after a nap.
Great. So Alis would, with Varn asleep in the back of the cart, Alis would drive Tufa alongside the carriage. Are we in the carriage headed to the river?
Sure.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yep.
wait. As you're leaving, Layla descends the stone stairs holding a parcel tied with string. She comes to Versailles, and she would say, "Versailles, please. I know I've not been the best mother, nor warm to you, but after everything we've been through, I want this to be the start of amending my wrongs to you." And she hands Versailles a parcel wrapped in string and brown paper. You would see Versailles unwrap it, and she's holding what is she holding? Oh yes, she's holding a lovely fur-lined cloak, and she'll say, "This will keep you warm, and just to let you know, I am proud of you." And she touches your face, and Versailles gives a look. And now you're on the carriage. You're heading to the river. Right. And with that, we leave the Darrigan Coven behind us.
After 20 sessions.
You would be taken by carriage down the mountain the way you came, past the Ashwood clan. Alis would drop off some potions. I'm giving you guys clip notes a little bit. And then you arrive at the river, where you would see a frigate waiting for you. No, it is a river barge. A river barge is waiting for you, and it's being unloaded. There are packages being unloaded from it, and there is actually a large group disembarking. You would see 12 to 15, mostly high elves, but a few other races represented. You notice that they're all wearing white robes. One of them, who appears to be somewhat in charge, their robe has a golden sun on the front of it, and they're holding some parchment, and they're pointing to some different crates. And there, as this group is getting off the ship, you are bid to board, if you will, if you would.
Is it just that one boat that's there?
Yes, this is one river barge, and it appears to be, as Killian promised, comfortable enough for passengers, but certainly with enough room to have Tufa bring the wagon up. Alis is seeing to that. and more than enough room for the Winged Terror safeguard.
Awesome.
Do I recognize the iconography on those elves wearing?
You may very well recognize it. You saw that, I believe, at one point, and he may still have it, Ren had a medallion with a similar symbol on it.
Is that the X?
Yes.
Yeah, Ren does still have that.
Nice.
X. We know that they're generally okay.
They're pretty chill.
As you, yes, are you boarding the ship? Yeah. As you're boarding the ship, the leader, who is a very tall looking high elf with almost a purplish tinge to their skin, would say, "Friends, where are you going? The Lady of Light is gathering we faithful in the north in old Ixion."
Ren will take out the medallion he has and show it to him. "Our journey takes us elsewhere, friend."
"You've been given a great blessing by Ix. Please."
Who's the elf lady that we knew that was with X?
Belate.
That one right. Let's go.
Yes, we're friends of Belate.
And there's a little bit of a hush, and the high elf speaking to you says, "Shh, please, friend. Her elven name is no longer important. She is Ix, the mystic reborn, and her light will cover the continent."
I kind of look to Octavian because most of the group wouldn't know who Belate is. I just kind of looks at him, he's like, just rolls his eyes.
I mean, I also look at the same time when I hear that, like, what the fuck?
Like, Ren's like more bullshit that I don't know what's going on.
Octavian doesn't really know much about their faith, mostly just academically. Just like shrug.
Ren's like, "Oh, that's wonderful for her. She was very nice."
Yes. What if you would, friend? What is your name? I will tell her that you've blessed our path.
"My name is Ren."
I'm sure she would remember. If you carry such a medallion, I'm sure she would remember you. I will tell her that you have blessed our journey, and please take the light of Ix with you.
Now, just so I'm aware, Ix is not the mystic name of Nere, right?
No.
X is the other one. Ren will kind of join his hands in prayer and kind of focus, and his new platinum bracelets will kind of glow with light.
Ooh.
Like radiant light.
Things fused to your hands or something?
They're so tight that they can't be taken off.
Yeah, they
Gotcha.
were. Yeah, they were welded or whatever the term would be. Yeah.
Magically fixed.
They're magic. They're just melt melted like that. So he does have he actually does probably have slight burns on his wrists.
Yeah.
Because it just happened, and he has the same on his ankles as well.
You would have noticed, Ren, that the jeweler at the Darrigan Coven was extremely skilled and careful. But yeah, I mean, it would be very difficult to solder or whatever something on someone's body.
Yeah, that's why Ren was fine getting a little burn.
Yeah.
But yeah, the bracelets will kind of glow for a bit and then subside.
Yes. There'd be a little bit of a commotion among the other 13, 14 people who would exclaim that you carry the light of Ix and that you are blessed.
Absolutely.
Do my bidding.
There was well, we must depart, but have a safe journey, please.
Yes, there are many of us. We're headed across the mountains, through the wood, to the ancient land of North Ixion. And it is there that we'll meet our destiny. And you would know that when you were in the Coven, looking north across the mountain range, you would indeed have seen a wood filled primarily with cherry blossoms. And that's what he's referring to. That they're going to cross the mountains and go through that forest.
I'm sure you have a grand old time.
Yes. And now, is everyone on the ship?
Yeah, so the Tunbridge was not there.
No.
Okay.
No. There is a bridge to the north a little bit where you made the land crossing, and now the ship is docked on the northern bank. to the south of the bridge. It's being loaded. You would see certainly certain crates similar to the ones you saw at the Coven, but certainly, you know, crates with different minerals and different things being loaded. And the Dowager Countess Eloise Dustbluff is on the ship, and she has a nice seat, and she has a fan and a cold drink, and she explained that ship's going to drop her off in her home of Rosebrace. She has some business to attend to. And after a few moments, they're done loading the cargo. Tufa is set up. They've strapped in the cart. The ship would begin to pull away from the bank.
Where are we going? Or which way is the? So we are going to Eriserine.
Yeah.
Yes.
That explains what you sent me earlier, Ellis.
Yes.
When the children of Ix are out of earshot, I'll just kind of nudge Ren really quick and just go, "Play your cards. They'll make you a saint."
Oh, I'm probably the least observing person of that. It's a little fun to fuck with them, you know?
Yes. Harness. Perhaps allies, maybe?
Probably. They seem a decent sort.
At the very least, they aren't enemies, and I will take that.
We need as many non-enemies as we can get.
Exactly. No sign of your friend's ship, I see. We're all by ourselves.
Oddly enough, I was hoping to see them.
Personally, I hope we don't. I don't want any more altercations with your former crew.
Well, as long as Scale can keep them in line, perhaps I won't need to do something about it. Devil was... she's tough. Bedrock might give her a run for her money, but... She always protected us, so she always had more respect than anyone on that boat. But my dealing with Devil was very personal. He tried to kill me more than a few times.
As the ship is making its way down the river, you would see Adney looking at that issue of the Camp Feather Chronicle with Alis a little bit, and she would call you over, Ren. And anyone else who's, you know, around, she'd say, "Oh, Ren, look at this."
Did you solve it?
And this is... yes. And she would say, "Well, look here. You see where it says that the sermons held at the chapel are tales told by an idiot full of sound and fury signifying nothing. And it says here 2:7. I think that's the key."
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think anybody here's a cryptographer, so...
Well, if you read the
Let's see.
yes, if you read this, huh?
I was looking and I was like, do I have anything?
Cryptographer or cartographer?
Cryptographer.
Isn't cartographer a person who puts up like
Cartographer is somebody who makes maps. Cryptographer is
okay.
somebody who solves like codes and ciphers.
It should be in everyone's journal. I just clicked show to players if you want to look at it.
Yeah, I see it.
Oh yeah, and then you can blow it up if you want. Okay, I'm going to give you the solution. Okay, she'd say, "Ren, look. This is a similar type of game that my mother used to play with me. Look at the next sentence and read this, and then count to the second word, and then count to the seventh, and then the second and the seventh."
This doesn't make sense.
So is it you read the second word, then the seventh word,
And then you count two more, and then you count seven, and you count two, and you count seven.
Okay, so you count to two, then count to seven, then count to two. Okay.
Yes, so Abbott, coming soon. Candle.
Prepare.
Mhm.
Wait, no. Yeah.
Candle,
Candle.
prepare.
Prepare.
Why?
And we'll prepare one more worship public.
Abbott
Yes,
coming
yes.
soon. Candle prepare one more worship public.
What does that mean?
Candle is a friend of ours.
Put us
Ah.
on this.
I
One who
think.
puts most of us on this path.
Yes, I think she's asking. I think she's asking Mr. Kendall to secure additional naval superiority somehow. I wonder if she's trying to protect the port from something.
Wait. Could it be us?
You don't think she knows we're on the way? Is it possible?
Depends on what sort of magic she has at her disposal.
Yes,
Say,
I've heard-
Ren, you had that sending stone. Does that go to her?
It goes to Selenoquin, or what's her name?
Siliquin.
Siliquin.
It goes to Siliquin. I haven't used it since we left the forest.
Do you mind if I look at it?
Or maybe I did. I did once. I told her that we were.
You told her we have like questions. Get your ass to Aeroscreen.
Yeah.
Do you mind if I look at it?
And then,
Sure.
do you remember, Ren, the last buzz you got from her was a little weird.
Yeah. She said that they found a way to get rid of the door once and for all.
That's not good. Then that means all of their focus can be placed on Hanan.
The dwarves, did it
also
sound...
mention.
Yes. No, I was going to say, did it sound like a diplomatic solution, Ren?
No.
I should also mention the night before we found Trixie, a letter was placed in my room, mine inside Lusan's room. I destroyed it, as I don't know what could be made of it, but it read, "Aren't we forgetting something, Praetor?" And it was signed E.M. I could not make heads or tails of what that meant. I threw it into the fire. Unfortunately, do not have it with me.
Who could be EM?
That is the big question. I do not know.
Also, the last night, the message I received a message from Silicon saying, "Praise the keepers. They have found a way to protect us that will reveal our foes. They will extend the light of Ix across Halcyon." Does anyone know what the keepers are?
I'm gonna guess
roll a
I
history check.
don't.
Yeah, if anyone wants to give me a history check, or...
Sure, I'll give you a history.
Ryan's not even gonna bother because he's not even from here.
Oh,
Wow.
Wow.
wow, 2 plus 5s, and we're garbage.
Locals,
Plus
everybody.
4.
Locals.
I mean,
Oh, no!
Wow.
I'm the smart.
Wait, hang on, Octavian.
Okay, hold
Come on, Octavian, it's your up.
No, I rolled. I
He
got
already rolled. He
7.
got a 7.
Hold
Oh,
on.
that's right.
Is this like DM Fiat? Hold on. Oh, that's a double. I didn't mean to double it. 7.
You got a 13 anyways.
yeah.
Alis, you go.
Okay. She doesn't have a character sheet.
Barn, you go.
So Ren, I would say with it, because you were the highest with a 10, you would remember when you first arrived in Eastbridge, there was that strange person. Name escapes me. I'm sorry, but it was like the registrar, you know, and they were trying to question you about the fairy dragon. Are you bringing Fawe into the right?
Sure.
But anyway,
That's years ago.
yeah. So the keepers, they are the ruling mageocracy in Starin.
Okay.
So,
That's not
so,
good.
so you would know that Altair is run
Good night,
by
Safeguard.
Nightlight. That
Like,
Altair is run by a group of what the hell's happening in the chat? Going ice fishing. Yes.
Nothing.
She's typing too fast.
Yes. Oh, night fishing. Yes.
She
Yeah.
types really fast, so she fucks up a lot.
Yeah. No. Enjoy. and so on and so on. Good. So that's that. Yeah. So that is what the keepers are, and they are known. One thing that the person mentioned is that they have been known for maintaining something called a mythal, which is a type of protective field.
Okay. Now I was thinking about speaking back to her, because I do want to meet with her in Era Serene, but I don't want her to know anything about, well, anything else we know and who might be with us, because I don't know if she's directly working with Nire or if this is a misunderstanding, but I don't fucking trust her anymore.
Well, we're going to meet with her, and we do not have Adney close by. Keep her safe
Absolutely
with
not.
Keep her safe with perhaps new additions to the group.
I mean, my thought was you and I go meet, and it starts with, well, punch to the gut, maybe.
Let's not go with violence first. She did help us.
She also brought us right to Nire.
Again, we at least need to let her explain herself. Then you can punch her.
But as I said,
No, go
only
ahead.
going to be relevant if she's in Era Serene.
I suggest then maybe hold on to the message, your sending stone, until we arrive, and then ask if she's there.
I was simply gonna, I was gonna ask her simply, "Where are you?" and leave it at that.
Did you give me the stone to look at?
He held it out in his hand, unsure of what you want it for.
We wanted to just see if there was any sort of tracking or anything on it. Which I don't know if I can make any sort of check for that, DM.
Yeah, sure. Make an Arcana check.
Okay.
Looks like a normal.
Wow.
Yeah, normal sending stone. Looks like.
Yep. And you don't have anything else on you guys that you've been holding for quite a while?
I mean, we have plenty of things that we've had for a while.
Anything that you picked up that doesn't quite fit the rest of your stuff? A page that doesn't seem to fit anything? An item that you guys never really use or do anything with?
I guess I have a odd necklace I found, a small key. Nothing in particular.
I have this bag of beans.
Oh, fucking beans, you still have those?
Unfortunately, yes. I don't know why I've kept on holding these.
Probably because they're nutritious.
No, they do odd things, like, summon underdark creatures and lifelike statues of other people, and a tree that, has very, very delicious fruit on it. I cannot make head or tails of this thing, but it's proved to be a lot of trouble in Provost.
Interesting.
I guess while we're doing things, I have a, not to distract what we're talking about, I have a couple items that I found in the other coffins. And Ren will start by pulling out the glass jar with a semi-transparent viscous orange liquid and a small severed hand.
Alright.
If you want to take a peruse at that.
Yes, actually. Would you like anything for that, DM, or would you like me just to identify?
Identify works.
If it's a magical property, yes.
Yes, I'm just quickly trying to find that loot table. So you're showing him the. Is this a ritual?
Yes.
Oh, good.
Oh, no, I don't need to cast it as a ritual. I can cast it as a spell.
That's
It'd
true.
still be a minute, but...
You're looking at the glass jar?
Yeah, I'll look at the glass jar.
Ren, you would have noticed as you pulled it out, it was actually pointing to Tufa and the cart. I don't know where Varn is, but it's pointing specifically to the cart.
Oh yeah, it was pointing towards something earlier. What was that?
Varn specifically.
Barn.
And noticing it, Lucien, you notice that inside is the chubby hand of a rotund halfling. And with Identify, you would notice that this hand is going to point towards the nearest food vendor.
Jesus Christ!
I think he would actually choke at that. He would just what?
And there is a hidden ability to it, Lucien.
Oh, okay.
If you place food within the jar, it will cause the food to disappear, and the hand will give you a thumbs up if it tastes good, and a thumbs down if it tastes bad.
I love it.
And the hand will float to the top motionless if poisoned. So it's a way, it's a way to check. Yes.
With
That's actually kind of useful.
It is very useful and kind of funny. And just he would look at it, just crack like a half grin, and be like, I have no idea why this was in a coffin, but this is what it does.
Oh,
and he
is that an item I can add to my inventory, or is that just...
Certainly. I'll just chat you the whole thing if you like. I did not create like a homebrew thing.
Oh, so it's not an official item.
I apologize now.
No, that's fine.
That's actually kind of fucking funny.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie.
You just say like halfling finger jar or whatever, or halfling hand jar.
I'm over on inventory, so I mean, I'd written down that I grabbed Terrason's dagger and satchel just because Octavian had picked up her. So we left. I'm guessing we left both of those behind with her.
You definitely left the satchel. Yeah, I don't know what decision.
I wouldn't have kept the dagger. I was just grabbing it just to make sure we kept track of it.
Okay.
So I would leave both of those with her.
I'm assuming, yeah, Octavian, you would have noticed the dagger and the satchel and left them alone.
Mm-hmm. Definitely, they're her things.
I guess I'll pull out the seashell necklace. So listen, this is stuff from, a long time ago. He'll pull out the seashell necklace and a small silver key he took from the Aaronsport bridge guard.
Okay.
I doubt there's anything special about these, but I mean, if honestly, we just throw them away. I don't know why I have them.
Silver key.
Well, just a good way to find out if we're being tracked in some way is to check anything that you have that seems useless but useful, if that makes sense. Such as a key to something that you don't... Such as a key to a door that you are not near.
Yeah, I have no idea what door it would be.
You got a silver key under El Saren. You got a key from Aaronsport?
It says in my notes specifically a small silver key from Aaronsport Bridge Guard.
Oh, was that when we got attacked by the Hagen?
You mean the deep one?
Yeah, the deep scion.
one. Yeah, the deep one or whatever.
Deep scion. I don't know. Maybe it was a long time.
I think you found a dead guard under the bridge.
I'll just delete it from my inventory. Like who gives a shit?
Okay.
I mean, if there's nothing special about it, then yeah, who cares? He would look at it and go, "It's a key."
Yeah.
Toss in the river.
But the seashell necklace, seashell necklace, I can words. That could be something.
A seashell necklace. Yeah, that's just like hag trash.
Yeah. He pointed it. Ellis mentioned it, so I wrote it down.
Yeah.
Lucien is all right with. I have him identify the bag of beans, so Octavian knows exactly what it does.
Sure.
Okay. Cool. Now I can stop playing dumb about this D100 chart.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
And God, hopefully I can find somebody who will buy it off of me in
Oh, how about these soul coins? And if there's a way for us to free the soul.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
Yeah. So, does any? I mean, I don't know if anybody would have reason to know what those are, or you could identify them.
Safeguard, I believe, made some kind of check when we found them and told us that they are soul coins.
Sure.
So maybe Identify can, show us how to do something about that.
Would Safeguard have explained it? You think?
I mean, I imagine Safeguard would have said everything they knew.
Yeah.
But I mean, we know they're called soul coins and they're used in hell.
Yeah.
You guys had a hard time carrying more than a few of them. They obviously have some sort of foul magic to them.
Yes. So I think based on what Safeguard told you, you would understand that these coins may very well be bound to a humanoid soul. And that, if you, and he would have, they would have cautioned you to be careful holding it in your bare hand. Holding it with a glove or something is okay, but if you hold it with your bare hand, it could affect you. Would you like to know more?
I mean, yeah.
I'm just going to assume that Safeguard lore dumped a little bit. The more evil you are, the more you can carry.
I'm talking specifically about freeing them.
Yeah, so would have explained that you can actually that evil characters, or not metagaming, but evil doers could seek to use the power of the soul for certain spells. That you can actually use it and drain the power for your own needs. If you want to free a soul, Safeguard would have explained that that's possible. If you can remove the curse on the coin, it could free the soul trapped inside.
So who can learn remove curse?
Me.
I think Safeguard can prepare it if they have high enough spells. That's a third level, right?
Cleric, Paladin, Warlock, Wizard. So
I think they are high enough level.
Level 10?
Yeah.
I think I suck at half casters. I can tell you exactly what level spell
Third
you'll
level
have.
spells. That's what get third level spells at 9th level. So.
Oh, awesome.
Lucian, do you want to give me a history check?
Sure.
So we can bring that up to Leg next week, and
I'm sucking.
Safeguard could do free 2 of them a day.
I'm gonna chat you something, Lucian.
Okay.
You would know, based on your dabbling, you've certainly read some texts that you might not agree with, right? But certainly there's some iffy stuff in there, right?
Yep.
And you'd probably know how to harness the power of a soul coin.
Let's see.
You don't want to do that because that's something baddies do.
Yes, I think Lucian.
I'm bad.
I think he'd know how.
Lucian is evil.
I mean, if he casts Identify on, I'm sure he knows how.
Yeah.
But he also, he would then be able to say that he then knows how, but he might actually already know how.
Yes.
Those are good. Those are some really cool things.
Yeah, it's not bad, right?
Yeah. Did you make those?
No.
No, that's Descent into Avernus stuff.
I wish I could. Yeah, I wish I could claim. Ren, as you're doing this with your passive perception, you would notice another ship heading in your direction, going the opposite way.
Wait, how wide is this river?
What's that?
It's pretty big.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah,
I was
it's
like,
not
we're taking up most of the thing here. Are we gonna crash?
No,
it's
that's
just
a token.
The space.
Yeah.
It's probably a good. I'm terrible at this, but a good 50 feet across.
That's pretty wide.
So we kind of got distracted. This is something that Ren wanted to do the moment they got on board, but I guess we'll do it now
Yes.
and find the captain.
Oh, of course.
Forgot about that. Did I disconnect?
No.
No, I think
Okay.
Alice is just looking stuff up.
Yeah, just,
I know, but it always goes like dead quiet whenever she does. Even the music like stops.
Yeah, so you would, Ren, looking around, there is a, what do you call it? Like a, what do you call like, where the captain stands? It's like a little house. What do you call that?
About the
Captain's
wheel,
quarters?
or
The wheelhouse?
sure.
Yeah, the wheelhouse. In the wheelhouse, you would indeed, you would see an older-looking halfling actually standing up on a box, steering the ship.
Does
He
he
has,
say captainy?
yes, he does. You can see him through the glass, looking at you, kind of looking his way. He'd give you a nod, and you could certainly get his attention, or go in, open the door, and go into the wheelhouse.
Ren would kind of go to the door and kind of do one of those like knock as he's opening.
Come in!
Hail, Captain.
If you've got any problem, there's my assistant should be out there.
No problem. Just a couple questions. Wondering if you've recently seen a ship called the Tunbridge.
Now that you've come in, you would notice that he has a bald head, brown eyes, and he's wearing a blue jacket with tails that looks a little too big for him. And he would say, Tunbridge, yes, that's Killian's new escort frigate. Good thing we have some more protection. There's been some raids on the waters.
Yes, I have no doubt. I was wondering if you'd seen them. I wish to have words with their captain.
Now, Ren, did you hear me say a minute ago there was a ship coming the opposite
I
way?
did. But
Yes.
Ren, I mean,
Yes. He would say, Captain Fosco is my name. Ho there! And he's pointing through the glass downriver. And he'd say, I think that might be her there now.
is it? I've not seen their flag, so I wouldn't recognize it.
Looking out the window, Ren, you would indeed see a frigate, which appears to be painted dark gray with royal blue sails, approaching. You can't quite make the name painted out on the hull yet. It's still a ways away.
If it is, would it be possible to slow so I could have a few minutes' time with their captain?
He takes a pocket watch out of his jacket pocket and says, can't quite stop it. If they come about and come alongside us, it's possible.
But so how long does it take to get from where we were to Erisarine?
A day and a half.
How about this? I'm quite the accomplished sailor. I spent well over a decade on the sea. I'll give you free labor if we can make this conversation happen for the rest of our journey.
Well, I don't know if you've noticed that the railings are quite scuffed. They're in need of a fresh coat of paint.
Not my normal duties, but I would be happy to oblige.
Well, what else would you like to do?
I will pull out my spyglass. I am an exceptionally good lookout, and I am quite adept with cartography as well. And navigation.
He gestures out the window. He says, "It's a river."
Well, that's why I said I would be happy to paint your fucking railing.
He says, he says,
He did say that.
"We're headed east, good sir."
Damn, I don't know if that's good enough. If that's good enough. Fuck, I can't even think of the word. Cartography. I can't even think.
Ren will pull out his compass. Then keep going the way you're going. See, I'm doing a fantastic job.
As he gives you a nod, and he would say, "Well, It's coming up this way. I don't know if that is the Tunbridge. The sails are a different color, but perhaps they got new sails.
Well, they recently got a new captain, so that's a possibility.
Mm-hmm. So what are you asking him to do? The ship's coming the opposite way. Do you want him to like turn about, or do you want to try to flag if it is your friends?
The Tunbridge to come about, or just stop the boats for a few minutes. Like, he's good with anything as long as he can talk to him.
Okay. Well, as the ship's approaching, Ren, you would get a better look at it, and you would indeed see, standing on the upper deck towards the bow, that's a nautical term, you would indeed see a female lizard folk, and she's wearing a very large captain's hat. And the boat's coming closer and closer. What do you do?
I guess Ren would ask, would you be able to signal them, or shall I shout across the river?
Or run across water.
Ren doesn't. That's a risky maneuver for a few reasons.
Yes.
He says, I'll slow us a bit. We'll give you a chance to shout at them. We don't have signal lights. We have flags. Have my assistant come here. The deckhand. He can, and he's waving, and you see a small another halfling sort of run up, and he signals to him, and he takes out two little flags, and he starts kind of doing signaling with the flags. But he's so short, you're not sure if they can see him over the side of the railing.
Me to describe them to you, or I get you a box.
Ren, you would notice that the lizard folk has actually pulled out a bow.
Okay.
And they're signaling. The halfling is sort of jumping, trying to signal with these two flags, and you would see from as they're getting closer, you see it's indeed Scale. She has a bow, and she's aiming it straight. Are you still inside the house?
No, Ren would have gone out with the guy doing the flags.
She's aiming it straight at you.
Okay.
She looses an arrow.
Ren, I mean, if it's good enough aim on her part, Ren would probably just catch it.
Yes, you would see over your shoulder that she was probably aiming at a railing. But do you have to roll for that to catch it? I forget.
I mean, I reduced the damage by like minimum 15.
Yeah, okay. So yeah, it wasn't really being aimed like at your face. And you would find that on the arrow is actually a small piece of parchment very tightly rolled around the shaft.
And we'll quickly read it.
And you would see this. Did you get that?
I did.
Good. And she's kind of waving to you.
Ren will chuckle to himself and then grab the flags from the halfling.
Yep.
And kind of like see if he can like signal for her to come about.
As you're doing that, you would see on the deck two very familiar male Jaren, as well as a Goliath who appears to be staring at you.
Ren would whistle. We'll just call for Safeguard to come over.
Yes.
And I don't know if anyone else is paying attention.
Hey, paying attention.
But Ren did.
Maybe not next to you. He's near.
Watching.
Are the flags? Are the signal flags? Are you using them to ask her to come about?
Yes.
Okay. You'd see after a minute there's some shouting. And there's some shouting back and forth, and then you would see as the Tunbridge passes, it goes a little bit past you, and you would see that they indeed begin to turn. And they would come up alongside you. And Scale yells across and says, got tired of the pajamas already?
Not quite. They're very comfortable.
Well, She says, I'll throw you a rope. You can come aboard.
What's the distance between the boats?
15 feet.
Just to be safe.
You're getting the impression that she thinks you're like actually joining the group.
Look, I don't think I'll be able to take you up on your offer, but I do want to talk to you about something.
All right, it's our job to protect these waters. So
I do like that you always have like a bite in your mouth when you talk with her.
yes.
I just wanted to say that.
Yeah, I'm glad somebody. I'm glad you noticed. Yeah, so she's.
Everyone will say, are you sure I'll be welcome over there?
Bedrock's just staring at you, and she kind of looks over her shoulder and says, welcome enough.
Step of the wind, I will simply jump the distance.
Wow.
Do a little corkscrew in the air. And land on the side of scale that's opposite Riptear and Bedrock.
Well, Tiger, you got tired of your fancy friends already. You're ready to earn some real coin.
I don't care about coin anymore.
Don't care about coin? What else is there to care about?
You'd be surprised what you can find out there in the world.
Can I ask something real quick?
Yeah.
They're on are they all like facing the front of the ship or something, or just like towards the side?
There's definitely other crew members, tending to the operation of the ship, but I'd say that most of them are on the side. So now they've come around, so yeah, they're on the starboard side of their ship, and you're on the port side of your ship.
The only reason I asked is because I was gonna have him misty step to like a quiet perch, on like above, on like next to the captain's wheel, and just watch quietly in case something bad happens.
Which captain's wheel?
On Scales.
Really?
Yes.
I wouldn't do that.
Well, he saw the fact that Ren was extremely hostile to the last one and is very hesitant about these.
One did just freely jump over.
True, but Ren is also cocky.
True.
Look, Octavian's close by, and
But Octavian can't misty step.
I know, but see, keeping an eye on you. He looks over to the other crew, and he looks back here, and basically he's trying to give you a signal to stay put, rather than handle himself.
All right. He will point to his head, and then just make like an explosion with his fingers, and point to the other ship.
At this, Scale would say to you, Ren, looking, eyeing Lucian and Octavian and the rest, and just say, don't tell me you like going about with that lot.
No, actually, they're quite fucking unbearable. But I have things that need to be taken care of before I go back. But I wanted to ask you, how much did you know about what, not necessarily what happened on the Sunder, but what Beast was doing here?
She'd say, all I know is it wasn't making me any coin.
Were you not told anything of Old Gran?
I heard that there was some old lady that the captain would meet with from time to time. I know those hags in Aaronsport, they were trying to find him something. We brought them some prisoners, I'm not proud of it, Tiger.
Alice, real quick, how many do we fight 2 hags in Aaron's Port?
3, full coven.
Oh wow.
Yeah, we fucked them up.
What kind of the hags were they?
3 sea hags, and you know what? I even had Merrow climbing up out of the water to keep the party busy. I thought, it would, no, didn't help.
You gotta have them already on the ship. You gotta take full advantage of.
I think what happened is
It was like an cave.
Yeah, I think what happened is when I action surged, I had advantage on all my hits, so I hit like every single one of them.
Yeah, you did good.
And I think
Samurai.
between me and Ren focusing on one, we managed to down them pretty quick, which means the coven was broken, so all their cool abilities got locked down.
Well, he never was one to talk about it much, but I figured I would let you know that, remember that Daragon lady who introduced you at the party?
Yes, she works with Killian.
Yeah, that cunt was old Gran.
The fuck you say?
Yeah. We found some secret passage underneath the manor. Went down there, bitch showed up, had to fucking kill her.
We didn't do anything. Okay. Sorry.
Well, that's probably better because, Langley is still out there somewhere.
Yeah, not keen on that idea.
Can I tell you something that bothers me, Tiger?
Please.
He went down without too much of a fight. It was too easy.
Yeah, did he not crush a single skull?
When the devil told him what they were doing, he just smiled. And he went without too much of a fight.
That is very uncharacteristic.
Yes. That's why I want to make as much coin from Killian as I can, and then, well, I'd like to head back to the Sword Coast to retire. I'm gonna go as far inland as I can. It's the only place I'll feel safe.
Yeah, I definitely don't like the idea of being out on the water. He'll always find a way to get another crew, get another boat. Where exactly did you leave him? Ooh.
She would say that they left him over near here.
Belicon Isle.
Off it a bit. When I last
Like
saw
walk
him,
the plank sort of deal?
yeah. When I last saw him, he was clinging to some flotsam floating, and he was just laughing as we sailed away.
Yeah. I hate that bastard. Did he say what the hags were trying to find for him?
Yes,
Ren's a little nervous at this point.
yeah, he said that the captain told us we had to keep finding people, sometimes specific people, magical people. They were trying to find someone, and she kind of looks around, she says, he was looking for, from what I know, the hags were looking for souls. They were trying to find people with stronger souls. It was never strong enough for them.
But that's what the hags wanted, right? Not what Beast wanted.
Yeah, would you give me a minute?
Yeah.
I was not prepped for it in depth.
Oh.
Hold on a second.
If you're not sure, what Ren is worried that they wanted, that Beasts want, is the amulet that he took.
The amulet that you took from the beast?
Yeah, when Ren escaped the Sunder.
Okay, that you have it?
Yes, Ren still has it.
Yeah. Okay, so you're asking her if he wants it back?
No. Well, Ren is asking. So, like, Ren was like the hags want the people with the souls, but what were they getting for Beast? Like, what was Beast's goal? Like, does she know?
Oh. Yeah. Honestly, I'm Cobra. I'm really tired.
Okay.
You want to just call it here, man? We can come back next week and work on it.
Do you guys mind?
No, that's fine. We can.
We've already lost more than half the.
Yeah, we'll play it, like the next minute of if you don't mind, just like the next minute of this, just to get Ren back on the boat.
Yeah, because I
don't say that she said whatever should happen.
Yeah. I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you. You told me like you didn't want to deal with the beast, so I kind of threw out all that some of that lore. I didn't.
Well, her turning out to be old Gran kind of brought everything.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, no, I'm trying to remember exactly what it was. They were basically trafficking people, but I mean, they were getting paid in. They weren't getting paid in coin though, right?
Yeah.
That's what Devil was complaining about. Yeah, I gotta remember what the beast's motivation was.
Yeah, we can get back to that. Just wrap this up. So we'll say like whatever conversation happened. We're gonna say, well, figured I'd give you a little warning about who you're almost working for. I guess Killian seems like a kind of an idiot, but
yes, I think sometimes he cares about coin more than I think we do, which I would think was impossible.
Well, good luck.
How did you get the 5,000 gold for him?
His current paramour is the mother of one of our parties, so put in a good word for us.
The scarf had slippers on it. No, it was the feathers on it.
So
he had the scarf with the feathers.
So we have a bill, but I'll manage that somehow.
Well, if you ever want to make some coin, you know where to find me.
I'll keep that in mind. And he'll kind of like look towards Bedrock, Rip and Tear. No hard feelings about the Sunder, right, boys?
Rip and Tear are kind of like fucking around. They're playing with daggers, and they're just kind of being idiots. Bedrock has never taken his eyes off you for a second, and as you turn to him and you mention the Sunder, you see like he's gripping the railing, and his knuckles go white.
Probably, yeah. Oh, tell you what, you lot follow Scale, do what she tells you. She's always the best of us anyways, and if you don't, you'll get what the devil got.
I think that's a little extreme for playing with knives.
Honestly, those two
knives.
playing with knives would probably be them throwing the knives at each other.
Oh, absolutely. That's the normal thing. Just them doing that is just like, I feel like you're just trying to show off to no reason.
Practicing their routines when they're
It's like, check out what we could do. Immediately jumps into each other's laps and leans back, throwing knives. It's like, I don't feel like you're doing anything.
But anyways, back to it. So we're not taking forever.
Yeah. I rolled something.
Oh.
Bedrock is going to take a rum bottle and he's going to smash it against the railing. Now he's got a broken bottle.
Nice.
And Scale says, "Stop it, Tiger. I think it's time you go."
Oh, I'm gonna go. But you, big man, you used to scare the shit out of me. A lot's changed since then. So don't be too confident. And, best of luck, Scale. And another key step of the wind, and he'll just leap back to the boat. And
as you get to the other side, you see Bedrock kind of pointing at you, and Scale is half his height, right? And looking up at him, and she's got her hands up, kind of like on his chest, as he's like gesturing at you, and she signals to pull the ship around again and head back west.
Right, I'll kind of give him like a wave.
You might be left with the impression that
Made a good impression.
that's the scale has a problem.
Bedrock's always a problem, and the problem. One of the problems is that on the Sunders, Bedrock and Scale were the same rank.
Yes.
But
Now
Bedrock
Scale's
will remember
captain.
that.
Yeah.
That's not good.
Yeah.
Ren will tell the captain that he's all set. The captain of this boat that he's all set. And they can proceed.
Yeah.
And he will ask where the paint is for the railings.
Yeah.
You'd be
You'd be directed to it, and certainly you notice that a lot of the woodwork is, rather.
I have to go to the bathroom, so I'm just gonna go.
I think we're done.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so too. That's why I was just like, I'm just gonna dip because I gotta go to the bathroom.
Yeah. Let me just say that we're probably heading towards night soon, so we'll probably just get a long rest, and we'll pick up there next week.
Sounds good.
Great. Thanks, everybody.
Yeah.
Thank you.
We salvaged that. That was great.
Yeah, I think we'll be all right.